Well, hello and welcome. Come meet me on your mat to discover 5 ways to open up tight hamstrings. So today we're going to find a short flow that will help open up any tightness in the back line of your legs. And we're going to start in a downward facing dog. So when you're ready, you can come to all fours on your mat. Spread thumbs and fingers out wide and then tuck both of your toes under to lift your knees from the mat and send your hips back and up towards the sky. Keep a soft bend into your knees so that your sit bones can tilt up, and then push down into your hands so you can open your heart to the back of your mat. Now, I know this is a hamstring opener and you might already be initially feeling some lengthening, some stretching in the back line of your legs, but I'm not actually going to be counting this shape as one of our 5 hamstring openers, even though it's helping us do that. So just take a really big breath in right here to the back line of your legs. And then just see if you can relax a little bit more on this exhale out. And then with your breath in, raise up your right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Just feel the lift out through your heel and your toes. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to look forward and step your right foot between your hands at the top of your mat. Your back knee will lower down, and it's a half split that will slide your bum back and you lengthen the front of your leg, or you lengthen your front leg, and your right toes are at the sky. So this is hamstring opener 1 today. You're flexing the front foot, you're hinging from your hips, and you can keep the back of the neck long so you're looking down at your mat. But rather than hunching and really rounding in, can you almost bring the energy of your heart towards your big toe at the front of your mat? Just see what that might do for you. Breath is active. And then we're just going to find a bit of dynamic movement. So your breath in is going to rebend your right knee, crawl your hands forward and lengthen your spine. And then as you exhale back to a half split, straighten and lengthen your front leg, look down at the floor. 2 more, just breathe in, glide forward, lengthen your spine. And exhale, slide back, hinge from your hips. Last one, breathe in, pull forward. And breathe out, slide back. You're going to hold this time in your half splits. And we're going to take a gentle twist. So keep your left hand down to the ground. Your right hand is going to be on your hip. And then you're going to look up towards the sky as you twist open. This is hamstring opener number 2. You can keep your right hand on your hip if that feels good. You can also add your right hand up towards the sky for a big open wingspan. And then just take notice if your right hip is hiking up or you're swinging your right hip out to the side. And then can you find a little bit more length in your right waist as you sink your right hip down to the floor. You might feel a little bit more of this stretch in the IT band. You're going to take one more big breath in. And then as you exhale, your right hand comes back down to the mat. You re-lunge into your right knee. Your back toes tuck. Lift your back knee from the floor and take a crescent lunge. Let your chest lift, your arms lift up to the sky. Just a counter pose from the hamstring opener, finding some strength in your front quadricep, your right glute, and finding a good bend into your front knee. Just take a breath in right here. And then with your exhale, both hands come down to your mat. Pyramid pose, hop your back foot in an inch, turn your back heel down and straighten and lengthen through your right leg. Hamstring opener number 3. So back of the neck is long, similar to our half splits. We're hinging from our hips, but there's an energetic lengthening of heart down to the floor. Both feet grounded and rooted. And just awareness of where your hips are in space. Take one more breath in. See if you can relax a little bit more as you breathe out. Now as you inhale, lengthen your spine and look forward. Bend your right knee and take L shape. Float your left foot from the mat and balance on your right standing leg. Your spine is long. You can always keep a bend in your right standing leg as much as you need, but you are finding that length in the back line as you energetically push your left heel back and you lengthen your spine forward. If you feel like the floor is really far away from you and it's compromising the length in your spine, add some blocks under your hands or maybe a stack of books or even a big sturdy water bottle. We have one more cycle of breath in right here. Now as you exhale like a pendulum, your left foot swings down to the floor, bend your right standing leg and sit on your bum as your left leg swings forward and you come down to your mat. Just a fun little transition. Now for Janushirshasana, your sole of your right foot comes to your left inner thigh and your left leg is long this time. You're going to hinge from your hips as you melt your chest, your nose down to that left extended leg. Now your hands can be maybe on your left shin, your ankle, maybe your foot if it's available. And then your breath is full. Your exhales are long. And you just meet yourself in the shape with whatever sensation shows up for you. I love this shape because not only are we lengthening our hamstrings, but we're also finding a really nice stretch through the spine, and I find that just feels really nice in my own body. We'll take another breath in right here. An even longer exhale out. And then slowly, you're going to lift your head and your chest back up. So that was our 5th hamstring opener. We're going to switch sides. So cross both of your ankles, roll over your shins, come back to a tabletop position, and then downward facing dog, your toes tuck, your knees lift, the hips pick up. Now before we change sides, just take a moment, close down your eyes. And can you feel any difference in sensation between left and right hamstrings? Just taking an understanding and a checking in. Okay, so with your inhale, lift up your left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. There's extension in the lifted leg. There's an activation in the quadricep, and a full breath in keeps you here. With an exhale, that steps your left foot between your hands at the top of your mat. Now, lower right knee to floor. Our first position, half splits. You rock your hips back, you lengthen the left leg any amount. It doesn't need to be fully straight. You can always keep a bend in your front knee. It's no problem. But your front foot is active. The toes are up at the sky. You're pushing into your front heel into the mat. And then the hips are hinging and the heart is opening. Keep your breath right here. Take your time to soften into the shape. Good, and then we'll find that just a little bit of dynamic movement. So back to your low lunge, crawl your hands forward, pick up your chest, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, rock your hips back, half splits, lengthen the front leg, toes to sky. For 2, inhale, breathe your way forward. And breathe your way back. Last one, lunge forward, inhale. And straighten back, exhale. Now you're going to hold the half splits, take a halfway lift in your spine, right hand stays down, your left hand meets your hip, and you take your chest to look up to the sky with your gaze and you twist open. Keep your left hand on the hip if it feels good. You can also extend left hand to sky for a big open wingspan just to add a bit of a layer to this shape. Take notice, where's your left hip in space? Can you find your left hip sinking down to the floor? So there's more space in your left waist, and you can breathe more into your left rib basket. This is our hamstring opener number 2. Take one more breath in. Look down to the mat, unwind your twist, left hand to mat, rebend your left knee, back toes tuck and your knee lifts. Crescent lunge for a counter pose, pick up your chest and your arms lift up to the sky. Drive down through the heel of your front foot and activate your front quadricep and glute muscle as you find a really good bend into your front knee. Just a breath in right here. Hands to mat and breathe out. Pyramid pose, back heel hops in and down. You straighten your front leg and you hinge from your hips as you dive down over your front leg. Hamstring opener number 3. Breathe into your left leg. Keep the string of your heart opening down to the mat. Space in the neck, expansion in your breath. Final exhale here. You'll then look forward, rebend your left knee and take L shape. So balance on the left standing leg. Push out through your right heel. Lengthen your spine forward. And this is your hamstring opener number 4. And again, if you need to bring the floor closer to you, add some props so you can keep the length in your spine. Feeling as if you're almost standing out of your left hip and your hips are level, as if I could balance a glass of water on your tailbone. Good, take one more breath in. And then like a pendulum, your right foot swings down to the floor, bend your left knee and sit on your bum as your right leg comes through and you support yourself on the way down. That fun little transition takes us to Janu Shirshasana. The sole of your left foot is at your right inner thigh. Our last hamstring opener, number 5 here. Breath in to lengthen your spine. And hinge from your hips to fold. Reach out with your hands. Grab your right leg wherever it ends up. It can be the knee, shin, ankle, foot. It doesn't matter. Just land wherever you can breathe. And take the time to settle into the shape with the help of your breath. Keep your tailbone heavy. Notice any sensation in the back of your spine. That's also helping to open your hamstring. Last full cycle of breath. Really nice. You can lift your head and chest up and walk your hands back in just to neutral yourself out. Bring both feet to the floor. Bend your knees and wrap your hands in front of your shins and give yourself a good squeeze and bear hug in. Full big breath to your back body. And a releasing sigh back out. Thank you so much for joining me for this short little flow to help open up tight hamstrings. These are just 5 different poses that I really love to open up tight hamstrings, and know that you can always hold these poses for longer periods of time, and then that'll help create more shift and change over time to relieve any tension from the back line of the legs. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you so much.